Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, MotoManDan. Today, we're going to be talking about another blackboarded chimps. I don't know if you noticed yet or not, but I picked the hero bin, and I was thinking maybe I'd do it without a hero, but I wanted to see what would happen. So, we are going to actually use bin in this run. We'll talk about him a little bit later, but first, we start with the two dart monkeys of attack speed, the 010s, and we start with the boomerang. We're going to go for a glaive lord, a really good spot for a glaive lord. The glaives will reach all the way around, and it is a wide area enough for the glaives to be constantly moving, constantly hitting balloons. So I think it's definitely a good map for the glaive lord. I went for the Dartling Gunner. I just haven't used him a whole lot in these chimps runs, and I think he's pretty decent at this map. You know, he's got the camo detection and everything, so he can help with those camo rounds, and then the Hydro Rocket Pods is also pretty decent when it comes to group popping power, and it's definitely a good boost, a good mid-game boost, where the boomerang lacks until he becomes a glaive lord. So we placed down the bomb shooter. We had to for round 40, or else the Moab would not pop soon enough, and then we would have a hard time with the Dartling Gunner to pop the Moab without that extra Moab damage. So we needed him. Of course, we go for the more glaives, really strong popping power tower. We go for the icicles. We're going to go for a bottom path ice monkey. The icicles are really good for cleaning up balloons to help out with the group, and then once we get the bottom path, it's going to help slow down all the Moabs and DVTs. That's the idea. We did go for top path for him, but we didn't need to, theoretically, if we went for a village first. I just felt like it was going to be a little bit before we went for the village for the camo detection, so we might as well do that. And I got the Hydro Rocket Storm. I think that helps a bunch, especially against the fortified stuff, or if we have like a big group of camos. I don't remember if I used it too much. The Moab Mauler helps a lot. I ran this before without one, and it helps a ton. Like, there's such a difference. Let's talk about bin. You might be seeing some Moabs pop that aren't actually giving you any money, and that is very true. So I did the calculations. According to the wiki page on what things cost, there was one discrepancy I went in and fixed on the wiki page for Bloons. But, you know, even if it is slightly off, it is still relatively accurate. By choosing bin, we had a deficit of, or not a deficit, but in chimps you can't earn any extra money, right? So the amount of money that comes out is the amount of money that comes out, except you can get less money if you use bin. Now in total, we have 1706 left over at the very end of the run. In total, I spent 162,356. In chimps, there's supposed to be, according to another website that I found, is supposed to be 178,909, which means that we lost, by using bin, we lost $16,553 for whatever coins. That is kind of a lot of money, you know. I guess it's not too much, but playing chimps with a reduced, and don't forget bin's kind of wasted, so that's like another 1,000 gone. But playing chimps with a reduced amount, I mean, you know, by 16,500, that's kind of crazy, right? But I wanted to see if we could, and so yeah, you'll see the mobs when they pop. We don't have the balloons inside to worry about, which I wouldn't be worried about them anyways. I'd rather have them for the money. But when they do pop, it pops into nothing, which can help in the early rounds. And I will say that his second ability, his first ability is probably okay. We don't really use it on this, but the second ability we use on round 97 to turn those fortified ZOMGs into fortified BFBs instead, which we would have been able to get away with, you know, fortified ZOMGs because we get these Moab presses and the middle path spike factory in the back, and so they would eventually pop. They wouldn't actually go anywhere, is what I'm saying. They would sit in the back and pop. You know, but we definitely could have used that 16,000 for more defenses, more maulers, or something else against the bad balloon. But yeah, we used bin, and I thought it was pretty goofy, but it worked. You know, he's pretty useless as a hero is concerned on chimps. His abilities can be used theoretically. I just don't think that they're that great, and he's probably more of a hindrance than he is a help. But we get those spike factories out. Round 100 is a little bit on the challenging side. We just don't have a ton of Moab DPS, but we do end up beating him. So guys, as always, if you like the video, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side. Deuces.